12.
No, then that should show up, and then it should be all good. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Did not know that
Yes,
was.
sir.
Do you have to wait for the?
No. It's going.
It's going
Go
now.
ahead.
There's just delay.
Okay, welcome back to episode 2 of the Cage Cast. Jack Coho, thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
joining us today. I appreciate it. Appreciate it
problem.
stepping for Colin Boulay. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, we got a good little lineup here. We got prep sports, a couple commits, a couple
Yes, sir.
swimming review,
Mhm.
preview districts, something like that. NCAA basketball, and then we're finishing it up with NCAA baseball. They started this week.
Yes,
Pretty good week for
sir.
baseball. A couple
For sure,
upsets.
for sure.
I love it. Kobe, you want to start us off with sports here?
Let's get started with Sam Sledge. He's committed to Nebraska.
Big dog.
Straight
Big dog.
Straight big dog.
Staying home. I mean,
He is staying home. I'm proud of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Legacy recruit too.
Yeah. His
That's
whole
true.
family's been there.
Whole
His
family, basically.
Grandpa,
Basically.
dad.
Dad's been there.
Uncle.
Dad's in the Hall of Fame. Won a
Yeah.
national championship under Osborne.
It's super cool. Good for
Yeah.
him. I'm glad to get to see him grow and get back out there.
Yeah, as someone who has personally went up against Sam Sledge, which
That had to be
is a little
tough.
bit of a flex, but yeah, he deserves it. Really hardworking, good guy. Yeah, he'll do good stuff out there, and they've been needing it. They've been needing some O-line.
They need some O-line
Yeah.
guys. I talked to him, I think Monday when I saw him. Monday when I saw him for the first time, and I was like, giving him crap for it because I didn't think he was going to stay home personally. I thought he was going
Me
to
too.
go somewhere else because
Somewhere bigger.
he's got talent,
Yeah.
very good talent. But I guess I'm probably going to end up going to UNL. So seeing my boy out there on the field,
Yeah,
that's gonna,
that'd
that's
be
gonna
cool.
Be great.
Every
Well,
Saturday morning.
every
Ho-
Saturday-
Hopefully
every
he can turn
Saturday.
it around. He gonna play O-line or D-line?
Well, I think he's playing O-line, and I've even heard they want him at center, which I.
Wow.
He's a long snapper though.
Really?
He's the backup long
Is he
snapper.
really?
for
I
Burt,
didn't know
yeah.
that. I mean, I'm sure he can get it done wherever, but
when
Yeah.
Burt broke his, I think whatever he broke something in his hand. Sledge had to step in a long snap. It was him and Costello, but Sledge can snap the rock.
yeah.
He's solid. I played with him growing up. I'm glad to see his hard work's finally paying off. So
Yeah, that's awesome to
always
see.
good.
He'll be good out there.
Mm-hmm.
Big thing coming up. Swimming. State swimming.
right?
Yeah,
Starting Friday.
It's revenge time.
W for
It's
CP.
gremlin time.
It's,
for
it's
CP
gremlin.
swim
They're
team.
gonna turn up. They'll turn up.
Yeah.
After snapping the streak of 12 state
At
titles
least,
in a row.
right?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was 13.
Was it?
I thought
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
way. I thought it was
wow.
16 or something
It
like
was
that.
crazy.
It was a
Stupid
crazy
number.
Just
But-
fell short. Our divers kind of sold the bag
Divers
last
sold the
year.
bag.
Last
Yeah.
year, but looking to come back strong, start another run at it. So
Yeah, and who knows? We might have a state champion diver in Paul Matthews.
Paul Matthews is
I mean,
he's
he's
good.
he's like that.
that
and
boy
then-
can dive.
he's
Yeah.
going to be a big part of contributing some of those big points.
Yeah,
we
we're
need.
gonna,
I didn't
we're
realize
gonna
how
need
big.
those two.
Yeah, we didn't. That's what hurt us last year. I've been told that we didn't get too many points from the divers like we usually do, and
Yeah.
kind of rely on
Yeah.
those guys. So
I didn't realize how
that'll
much.
be cool to see. Hopefully.
Yeah, I didn't
Pull it
realize
out.
how much divers contributed.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
And it's some teams don't even they. I mean,
Yeah, they don't have any.
Yeah, they don't
There's
have any, or it's
one or
not
two
something they
maybe,
focus
but,
on.
we have a ton. I
Yeah.
feel like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Watson, he'll be good for us.
cracked.
Bema Liddy. There's some guys that are gonna step up to the plate here.
Yeah, I mean, I know they beat Lincoln Southwest in a duel earlier in the year, and that was kind of big for them.
That's who upset us last year, wasn't it?
That's
But-
big for them, but
Yeah.
it's the fact that I feel like Westside's kind of the wild card here because
But we just beat them as well.
yeah,
Not too long
but
ago.
Mhm.
the issue is points on the table because you could have Prep and Lincoln Southwest going into the last couple relays, they could be neck and neck, and if Westside wins one, and that could screw everything up because then it'd come down to one race
Yeah.
instead of you could win by 2 races. Or even if Lincoln Southwest gets third in a race and we get second, Westside gets first, we get points, but we don't get as many, and then the math gets all screwed
Yeah.
up. So,
For sure.
but I mean, I'm excited. Honestly, personally, I don't watch swimming, but I usually tune in for the state championship.
Where is
occasionally.
Lincoln?
Vanny.
It's the Vanny Sports Center.
Yeah.
I'll be tuning in from afar.
Tuning
but,
in.
Yeah.
That'll be cool to watch.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Also, another state sport, wrestling just
Yeah.
concluded. We had 3 placers.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, we had
No.
Adonis.
Yeah, Donis, he's freshman.
Who else? That's the only one I know.
President Sanchez and Pierce Johnson.
Pierce Johnson.
Yep.
Um,
I know Caden Russell was not far off from
No, he wasn't.
placing as
He
well.
He was close. A lot of guys were close.
he said-
Wrestling goes through 6, right?
Yeah.
1 through 6, or is it 5?
Yeah, it's 6.
6,
Six.
yeah. I was talking to him the other day about the recap of his career and everything. He was telling me that he missed it by one one match. Like if he would have won that match, he would have placed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he got the pin, or he had the kid pinned, but the ref didn't see it, I guess. And after rewatching the film, you could clearly tell it was a pin. So that's got to be heartbreaking that he didn't get praised. But he's still a junior, so he's still got another season to go. Yeah. That was pretty cool to see, hopefully. Got a lot of young guys that plays this year, right?
Like, I was there, I think Friday, like, for the late session, seeing, like, all the Class A guys, like, Tyler Antoniak, Garrett Grice, Antrell Taylor, all these guys committed.
Yeah.
Big Power 5. Yeah. Garrett Grice goes to Bellevue East. Like,
Oh, he was
the first. He was
the
the
Bellevue
first
schools and Millard South, their wrestling programs are nuts.
Millard South, like, Tyler Antoniak's committed to wrestle at Arizona State.
Where's Garrett Grice going?
I don't know. He's got to be going. He's got to be going somewhere.
4 times. That's
yeah.
big. That's
hard.
hard.
No, that's nuts.
I'll look it up.
One time's good, let alone 4.
Yeah,
back to back.
Dude, being a state champion wrestler is like the grittiest thing ever. Like, they're just all dogs.
He's going to Virginia.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
He's going somewhere nice.
There's pretty good. That's pretty good. Then.
But
did you say Adonis was a freshman?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought he was a sophomore.
Yeah, I mean
that's cool to see.
He's strong.
He played JV football, and like I think for a game we had like Colin Holbert hurt, he had like his neck problem, and he played a game, and like because I didn't want to play both ways.
Yeah.
He did it like I didn't want to play both ways, but he did a great job. Like for a freshman, I was not expecting much.
Yeah,
like a couple good blocks here and there, but he did like he
was he
carried the rock.
For fullback?
Yeah, he's a big fullback guy. He's a great guy. I love
good
the
for
kid.
him.
He's awesome. Adonis, if you're watching, I love you, Adonis.
Man, dude, he'll be something big here in the next couple.
Prep wrestling's they're on the come up.
Yeah, dude.
Prep wrestling's on the come up.
And really, I mean, it's a young squad other than like Christian.
I know Millard
and
South.
Nate Sanchez.
Nate Sanchez, yeah.
Millard South's losing quite a few of their big performers this year.
Our freshman year, they were nuts. Like they were.
They've been pretty solid for a couple of years.
That's just Millard South's MO, dude.
That's their dynasty.
Every sport, they're just like physical. They're not like.
Yeah.
They're not always gonna be super polished or like have the most talent, but they're just
100%.
physical. Yeah.
Next, we're gonna talk about the Prep Central game.
Oh, jeez.
That was another heartbreaker.
Dude, that was
by
bad.
6 the first
It's
time.
been the story of Prep
Fun game though. Did you guys go?
Yeah,
I was actually at the retreat, but we were watching, so that was heartbreaker. I know. My boy Luke Jungers, 30. That's
30, career high.
He had more. I think we scored 51 points, so he had more than 50% of the team's points.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool to see.
That is really cool.
Him flourish and
I mean,
good on the court.
What's this like Loyola Chicago commit's name?
Jaden Dawson.
That kid was
Jaden
nuts.
Dawson. He's good.
And he was talking to the cage too.
Oh, he's really good.
Oh my gosh.
Fun game, and it's like they had the ball with like we were down by 3 and it was like 22 seconds, and they had the ball and then hit that dagger 3, and it's that's just so heartbreaking.
And
but
Luke got swatted when he tried to put up that 3. Oh, did you see what he did to what's his name? It might have been Jaden Dawson. He did like threw his elbow, and like I think he knocked out. Yeah, and he knocked out one of Dawson's teeth.
No way.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't know if that's true.
Wow.
But
I didn't know.
Someone said that there was a ton of money he had to pay too. Like it was bad. Because Jungers was he was.
Yeah, I mean he's fired up.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
I mean,
but
that's been the story of Prep's kind of year though. Like losing like 5-point games.
Yeah,
losing,
heartbreakers.
Millard
Tough
North,
teams.
Central, Bell West
Central
was
twice.
a close
Central
one.
twice.
Central twice. Yeah, we lost by 4.
I think
in
our
my
only biggest one was West Side. Yeah, that was just a tough game.
Yeah, West Side was rough. But
I know. I was talking with Luke if we can get this win in districts and win that first round, we're gonna get a rematch of that game. I think that would be a good game.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot more level. We know what they can play like. They've kind of been shown that they're not immortal. They didn't like go on an 18-game win streak to finish the season. Like they can
get beat by
Gretna.
Gretna the last game of the season.
And Gretna's got a good squad though.
They're gonna make a run.
And they are so young. They start 4 sophomores.
Yeah,
they're good.
They got a freshman that comes in off the bench as well. Too.
Yeah, and they're just like super disciplined, and they're not gonna beat themselves, and they're gonna hit
every shot.
everything.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're a good team.
That's a story with all their sports too. I know they just recently came off the football.
Well, they're back, but okay.
But that's cool. So they would have been in Class A for how long now? 4 or 5 years.
I heard, and I don't know if this is true, but I heard Gretna's moving back down to Class B for football.
Well,
really?
Because they're building a new school up there.
Oh, they're
Westview.
Yeah.
You can see
it's the Westview.
Central had the banner in their.
I know
school.
they already had it hung up.
It was interesting.
Is it going to be open this year then, or
next year?
Next
There's
year,
like 2.
this
Yeah, I think so.
Year?
Like
there were
next
2 new
fall.
schools.
Like this fall coming up.
They're going to lose a ton of guys.
Huh.
Central
Gretna.
Gretna?
Yeah. But spring sports coming up, Cobe.
Yeah.
Baseball team on the come up.
I mean, hopefully we can come back and give a better season than we did last year.
How are we looking this year?
I think we'll be good. We were pretty young last year. I think we got 15 returners this year, so
that's
it's a
good.
strong team. Just got to rely on the upperclassmen. I think we have 12 seniors coming back, so
that's good.
That'll be interesting to see how we can bring it back. And
any aces on the bump or no?
I think
we got any early standouts?
One to look out for would probably be Grant Wagner. He's a upcoming junior. He was kind of hurt last spring for a little bit of it, so he's going to be one. He's been grinding all off season, so hopefully the work pays off for him. Thomas Leiden's another one to watch out for.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
He's a commit.
Yeah, D-Mac. And then the last one, Jack Everett. Runs the radar up, but he's gonna be good for us too. Hopefully he's matured a lot, but
is O'Malley still pitching? He's going to Creighton, right?
Yeah. He's always been good for us.
Yeah.
We call him Big Game Bob. He's always in there for us. He'll keep us in any game. So
he's a Creighton commit, right?
Yeah, he's going there. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah.
So I guess kind of the hot question is it enough to stand up to Elkhorn South?
That'll be tough. Them and Millard West will be two contenders for the spring
What about Millard
season.
South?
They lost quite a few players last year, but
they got that.
Is Millard West? They're solid, right?
Oh, they're solid.
They
have 4 starters that top 90. So
really,
that'll be interesting to see. And then they got a
They
got a closer that throws 93, 94 every game. He's just gonna come in and close. So he's gonna.
I wish I had an arm
Dude,
like that.
imagine just coming in the last 2 innings and just pumping.
Shove it, every game. I wish.
No,
Dude, I wish I could do that.
They got quite a few commits over there. Quite a few at Elkhorn South. They're going to be tough.
Elkhorn South will still be solid.
Lincoln East will be a team to look out for this year. They were quite young last year. Got some young talent. Got a Michigan commit that's a freshman.
Really? Freshman.
Yeah, got a sophomore that's 6'4", 280.
Yeah.
Well, not 280, like 200, I want to say. Yeah. So they're going to be a team to watch out for as well.
Yeah.
Drew Cristo from Elk South last year, right? Elk South?
Yeah, he's at Nebraska now.
Yeah, well, he just pitched for them.
I thought it was
Elkhorn, yeah.
Is it Elkhorn? Well, he just threw for the Huskers last Saturday against Sam Houston, dude. He was pushing it.
I know he passed up quite a hefty contract to quite a hefty contract to play in the MLB. So just to see him.
Really? Because he was pushing like 95 out of high school, right?
Yeah,
or 94.
And he was also a nice basketball player too.
Mm-hmm,
he won state championship.
Athlete.
So
he's like that.
He's pretty good. Who else we got from Omaha that's on Nebraska? Let me think. Cade Povich, he went to Belmont just along. He got drafted. That's pretty cool to see him come back from
Nebraska though. Nebraska's gonna be solid.
They're gonna be pretty good.
Talk about NCAA baseball. I mean, they're just starting, but we had Mississippi State lose.
Yeah,
get smoked in the first 2 games of their season.
It's crazy.
Well, there's a ton of upsets. Florida loses to Liberty.
Liberty's not even ranked. Florida was
UC Irvine, number 20, is losing to Louisiana. And it's like these first game series, they play 4 or 5 games or 3 or 5 games off the rip. And it's just like nobody knows what they're doing yet.
We got Bryant. Bryant, I don't really know where they're from, but they upset number 12, East Carolina.
I know.
They won all 3 games. They swept them.
Yeah, East Carolina, number 12.
Yeah. Well, what I'm interested is Oklahoma State's 2-1 win in the series over 3 Vanderbilt. And I have a note that says they use digital watches to relay pitches.
Everyone.
I've never heard this before.
I have a note.
You got to explain this to me.
What does that even mean? Like pitcher
they
has
have
a watch?
They have a
or
watch.
batter?
No, the pitching, the whole field.
Oh.
Every player in the field plus the pitcher has a watch with it's like a box on top of their wrist that shows where the fielders are, where the runners are, and then it'll show what pitch you're throwing. And that's just crazy. That's beyond. I don't know how it's like.
Would that be helpful to know if your pitcher's throwing a fastball?
Well, yeah.
Because you can think about okay, well, if I know the guy's gonna steal, I should be ready for it's basically telling your catcher, even telling your catcher that, okay, we're throwing a curveball. You got to be ready on the break. Everyone's got to be ready, especially if it's dropped through a strike.
Well, yeah, but isn't
the ball in the dirt?
Isn't that if you got a runner on first and you one of the fastest dudes in the country on first, and there's it's a favorable count. Doesn't everyone know?
It also tells everyone if there's a pitch out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Other plays and stuff, which it could relay.
We kind of have the same thing here at Prep. We have a wristband though. It's just a card which our coach just. Sorry about that. Yells out a number and we go to the card and it tells us what pitch is being thrown and stuff. So it's kind of the same, but I don't know, just like how much the game has advanced from the technology we got going.
Yeah.
Now it's just, it's
Like,
interesting
that
to
is kind
watch.
of cool. Yeah.
I've never heard that before, but I mean, help them beat Vandy, so it's kind of like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not illegal, so
Right,
why
right,
not
right,
yeah.
use everything to your advantage?
Yeah, Vandy's going to be a good team this year. But, I mean, that's a tough
yeah.
series. Number 7 versus number 3.
On the opening weekend, too.
Yeah.
to
That's
see
like
it.
that's
see that a
something you
lot.
don't see. That's usually like if you go to Texas and you play in that tournament, and it's
Yeah.
like all the good
Or, like,
teams, like
super
Houston,
Texas
regional.
Tech,
Yeah.
Houston, Super Houston. It's like
Yeah.
last year was like Texas Tech, Ole Miss, TCU. Teams are like CWS contenders.
Yeah.
And that's super cool. They get to play
Like
at the Houston. Astros
no,
Stadium? Was it at Rangers.
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 Yeah.
That's the.
That's
I went there
always
this
a cool
summer.
stadium.
Really
That's a
nice
really
Did you?
cool
Yeah, it's a
stadium.
really nice
So
stadium.
that's
Yeah.
super cool.
It'd be so cool to see Nebraska in Omaha.
They were so close last year.
They
that
were.
Was a
Nebraska
heartbreaker.
is kind of a postseason team.
Yeah, that was that was a
Yeah.
heartbreaker to lose to Arkansas. I mean, you can't really
We got
against it, but
riffed on that bracket.
Yeah,
we should have
that's-
not.
Yeah.
We should have been able to. Yeah, no.
But yeah, if I think you guys had like any other team in like your regional, like excluding teams like Arizona, who was the best offensive hitting team in the country, like Stanford, who was pretty deep.
Yeah.
Like I think teams, if you had anybody but that, if you had like Louisiana Tech or like a Notre Dame, like dude, that's an easy win. Like,
Yeah.
Tech got swept in
Right,
their super regional, and like those types of teams, Nebraska could have beaten, but they almost beat Arkansas, like literally fair and square. Like they single-handedly almost beat them in Arkansas, but obviously we know NC State slammed Arkansas.
Yeah.
But
that was a
fun game.
That was a
NC
fun
State
game to
was
watch.
probably gonna. I mean, they
were making a run in the CWS.
Omaha,
I think they
but
were
They
one
put
of
the
the
ball
last
in
teams.
play so much.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best hitting teams for CWS last year.
So fun
For
to
sure.
watch. This year's gonna be fun though.
Yeah, this year will be fun. I love CWS, man.
I know
It's so
they
good.
went on a sweep for opening weekend as well. That was pretty cool to see.
No, I'm a big Ole Miss guy. So
They had a pretty good
they
weekend.
had a good.
They're
series.
always pretty good though.
Yeah.
You
They're
can't
not as
blame
good
them.
as I remember a couple years ago. They played Arkansas in the Super Regional in Fayetteville, and they went to a 3-game series, and like they were so close to winning, and then they lost to Arkansas. Last year they lost to Arizona in Tucson in Game 3. That was tough to watch, but I don't know if they're gonna come this year because they were really good last year. They have a couple really good sophomores. Jacob Gonzalez or shortstops.
Yeah.
One could probably be a runner, almost a top semifinalist for the Golden Spike Award.
Yeah.
But because last year he almost led the SEC in almost every category.
Yeah,
Really?
and that's tough to do. The kids that are playing in that conference.
SEC's so competitive,
Yeah,
but
the
then
teams.
yeah.
That's why there's so few of them get in because there's so many of those high caliber teams that are playing.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's so tough.
Yeah. No, that was rough.
But
let's talk about number one teams, Texas.
okay, go.
We got to talk about Texas. I mean, come on now. They scored 36 runs.
Bro, they're so
36,
good.
and they only gave up 3.
Tight D on that too. 3 runs in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3. They had 1 fielding error.
I mean, usually with these like first couple game series,
You're
it's
getting
like
the jitters out.
and like you're throwing down like 2 errors a game and like you're
they had one
team's
all
fine, yeah.
weekend.
That's
They had
nuts.
one all weekend, and then they had 3 walks. I mean, that's gonna be a team.
I mean,
they came back last year. They made a run at it. Tough
Who did they
loss.
lose to?
Mississippi State, I think. They
Yeah.
knocked them out. That was a tough one, but yeah, they're gonna be back.
They're
here.
gonna be fun to watch.
They got that. They had a freshman shortstop last year who he was good,
Yeah.
but they were young last year. They're gonna bring back. But,
Yeah.
Gonna talk about some basketball now.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, we're getting close to March, boys. March is
Right around the
heavily
corner.
right around the corner.
I
We
think
got
I saw a couple days ago. It was 21 days away from the first game.
Yep,
started,
yeah.
So.
I mean, I wish Omaha had it again this year.
That would-
And
I
it's
thought we
come-
did. I thought we were hosting Final Four. We're not.
Final Four?
buddy. We're not a
I
Final
thought we
Four
were.
host.
I don't remember the last
We
time.
we did like 4 years ago.
No, we
No,
did Sweet.
did
We did Sweet 16.
I thought it was Elite
Oh,
8.
was it
Was it
Sweet
Elite 8?
16? I don't know.
Sweet 16.
Well, I remember when it was Duke and Kentucky.
I went to the
Duke and-
Kansas
Duke
game.
and KU were
Yeah.
playing here.
KU's a
That
solid
was
team.
I think that was Elite 8. The Sweet
Yeah.
16, Elite 8. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought we
for
was
sure.
Final Four.
But
We're not hosting anything this year though.
no, it's
No.
like a rotation.
Yeah.
We'll have it again in a couple of years, but it's so fun to go to those things.
Oh, it is. It is. I wish I got to go to the national championship in Indianapolis. I think it's where it's held almost every year, but
No, last year was a bubble. Last year was the bubble.
Yeah,
Bubble was the bubble year.
That was weird.
That was so. But I mean, it was still fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's no fans, but like Jalen Suggs
so
hitting
cool.
a half-court shot for the win against
the-
UCLA. Like
Yeah,
that's so cool.
That was a heartbreaker to watch. But
Yeah.
that's super. Now, start with the top 10.
Well, let's start with the top 10. Obviously,
Gonzaga
on they're kind of on their revenge tour.
Yeah, man, I like the Zags, but here's the thing: their strength of schedule is not.
They're beating
not
teams
playing
by
super
like
hard teams.
34 points in the Big West.
And it's like okay, and they're honestly a pretty young team, but it's like. I don't know. They have all the recruits and they're playing bottom ACC schools.
I agree with that.
Number 2, Arizona.
But when I look at the top 10, I'm gonna be honest. Last year it was completely different because it was like the top 10 was set in stone. It was like your top 5 teams didn't move.
Yeah.
Your bottom 5 did.
Much,
Creighton got into the top 10 last year.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Crazy.
But this year it's like Purdue's been the number 1 team in the country twice and has lost twice.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona has lost.
Yeah.
They just got off a skid.
Auburn's
Auburn has
Auburn's
lost.
They've
Duke
lost
has lost.
Kansas.
Villanova lost last night to 21 UConn. Like, there's really no teams that have been. Baylor's lost too. Like,
Texas Tech's lost. Duke.
Like, there's so many teams.
Texas Tech, Baylor just lost.
Just so many teams. Just like I think this March Madness is gonna be fun.
Crazy.
Dude, last year was nuts though.
Oral
Roberts going that deep.
Ohio State.
And I think it could be just like that this year, just because of how many teams. Like, there's no powerhouse like
yeah,
this year.
no,
I guess.
that's true. Because like
last year was Gonzaga.
Yeah,
sure.
I know Creighton lost to them last year.
Yeah,
so
I'll talk about that. That was kind of
heartbreak.
depressing. I thought
it wasn't that bad.
Like they played them. I think they lost by like 15, 12, like within them there.
Yeah,
like, they didn't lose by 25.
And it probably
played close.
Yeah.
And we didn't shoot the best. And this year, that's kind of been the case. We shot like crap this year.
Creighton's been so hot and cold. That's the
yeah,
problem. We can go out. And lately, it's been all cold.
Yeah, but we coming off a win at Marquette. I mean,
this puts us in the we're third in the Big East
now.
Yeah.
Which is nuts, by the way.
I don't know
Which is
nuts.
We should probably be maybe the bottom half.
100%.
Yeah,
with the roster we
have.
Yes, how young we are, and Sharif Mitchell's yet to. I think he's played maybe 3 games.
I
don't know.
So.
I don't know. I haven't heard really much about it.
Like Ryan, I saw the stat. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Ryan Hawkins had his nut stat. The last 4 games, he's averaged 21.5, 4 assists, and 8 rebounds.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's gone crazy.
I like him, and he can get the ball in the hole, but I don't know how much I like him.
Yeah. It's been the story of the year.
And especially when we go up against the Arizona Auburn. I know Auburn's whole starting lineup's 6 foot and above.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough to.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to say we've because I'm not on the team, but Creighton they've struggled against. They've beaten teams when they needed to beat them. Yeah. They beat Nova here.
Yeah.
They beat Marquette here on a bizarre game.
Yeah,
that last 30
crazy.
seconds of that game, I didn't get to
game.
go, but the last 30 seconds of that game was bizarre.
They beat UConn in that tournament.
In UConn.
Yeah.
Well, that was a big win.
They've beaten teams when they need to, but they can't get the little games done. They always play awful when they go to Cincinnati.
Or Xavier.
When they play Xavier in Cincinnati, they always play awful. They play awful at Hinkle in Indianapolis when they play Butler every year. They never win. Never win unless they're the spread is 25.
Yeah.
That's when they'll win. But
and Providence is usually a team will win and catch a few wins off each year. But now they're number they're not, and they were.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they were 8th in the country, and they were keeping. I mean, Butler. Props to Butler. They were up at 19 at one point in that game when they played Providence not too long ago. And I think Butler's 0-12.
They're not. They're bottom half of Big East.
Yeah, I don't think they've won very few games, and Providence coming out finally getting that win. I mean, that's what they're going to need to start in this March tournament here coming up. So
I'm looking at our sheet, and I see Michigan and Wisconsin, and I just can't help thinking of Juwan Howard smacking.
That was crazy.
Smacking, what's his name? Krabenhoft.
Yeah.
In the handshake line. I don't know what happened in the middle of the game.
I was
or what
listening,
was said.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was listening. He came out and said that Wisconsin was up by I think they ended up winning by 14. They were up by quite a few, and they called a timeout with 30-some seconds left.
That's kind of being
to retain possession because Michigan trapped them in the backcourt. So it's I mean,
we've seen comebacks like that, but that's really rare.
14 and 30 seconds. That's tough to do. I mean, at that point, you just.
You and I did
against
Texas Tech a while ago, but
it's something you can say in the post-game conference and be like, well,
we shouldn't have done that.
You can you can keep that to yourself, but you don't have to go punch a guy because of it.
Yeah, and and that's gonna kill Michigan.
I think
they could actually make a big.
I think he's suspended
the rest of the season.
5 games
till the conference tournament.
But can
he did the same thing last year.
He can't even he can do practices, but he can't do games. He can't be in the house.
He's kind of a hothead though, because he got in trouble last year for having a little scuffle after a game.
Yeah, I think Michigan had the ability to. They still kind of do. I don't know with the coaching staff, because obviously Juwan still gonna have an impact, but he's not gonna have the impact he had of being on the floor. They'll make a run in the Big Ten tournament. I think Iowa will too.
Yeah, Iowa's a good team. Iowa's a big team. They're coming off a win last night to Michigan State,
they blew Michigan State out too. They didn't beat them by
Michigan State's not a ranked team, but they're always pretty good. They got Tom.
They have been this year.
They got Tom Izzo as the coach. I mean, he's a solid coach for them.
They've always been solid though.
Yeah.
They're when it comes to March, they pull off some wins.
Anyone in March can do anything.
I don't think we see Creighton in it this year though.
I think people are saying
really
they're the last 4 and the first 4 out.
Really?
They're on the cusp right now, and
they have to be top 4 in the Big East.
I think they're gonna have to have a really good Big East tournament. They're maybe even win it.
And here's the issue: if you let's say you put a team like UConn in, well, you have to put Creighton in.
Right. Because
but you have to. That was the same issue last year though. UConn beat Creighton, and if you put Creighton in, you have to put UConn in. Yeah. It's the same thing this year, but Creighton also has beaten teams. They beat Xavier here, they beat Marquette here, they beat Villanova here, and they beat UConn
on the road.
Yeah. It's one of those teams that's you got to put if you're gonna put someone in the last 4, it's got to be. They're not gonna be a 16 seed, but they'll be
it might be 14 or 13 or 12. Even,
I thought the projection was 12.
Really?
I think that's a fair assumption.
But Creighton can be a team where if they're 12. They can go in and beat a
5. Yeah, they can beat a 5.
Yeah.
They can upset some teams for sure.
Yeah.
So if Villanova gets they probably want to play Villanova, but if a team like Villanova gets a 5,
and
then they can go in.
Yeah, Nova would have to skid though in the conference tournament. They'd have to lose first round and be done to get a 5.
Yeah.
Because right now we don't know because they lost to who did they lose to?
We have it written down there.
UConn.
Yeah. So that's gonna move them down a lot. That's probably move them down to they're
definitely not
8
top
right
10
now.
Anymore.
They'll probably be 14.
Yeah,
just because the rankings changed so much. But
that pops UConn in the top 25.
Yeah, I think
they've been on and off too all year.
They've kind of been dude. It's funny how similar I feel the Creighton UConn teams are every year.
Yeah.
Yes. You see the James Bouknight thing where he got ejected from the game and came back and sat in the student section?
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was crazy.
It was so funny. I was like, dude, bro's a madman for doing that. I never do that.
No.
That's something where you I'm kind of glad they changed the rule. You don't have to leave the stadium. You just have to go sit in the locker room. I don't know who let him out, but
yeah, no, it's funny. And then
he comes back to the court.
Section.
Yeah,
he was wearing a puffer coat. He was sitting courtside basically.
Yeah.
And they were wait, didn't we eject you? And then they kicked him out again.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was so funny.
I
love college basketball.
Yeah. I think the team to watch out this March is going to be Arkansas. They've upset some teams.
Or Tennessee, dude.
Arkansas and Tennessee, I think. Those SEC teams, they're always good, but
they can
upsetting
run,
Auburn.
Dude.
Didn't Arkansas beat? They beat Auburn in Arkansas
on
the game on the dunk. That was so cool. When they came down the court and he did the alley-oop off the glass.
And then
everyone stormed the court.
I mean, who won it? You beat the number 1 team
in the country.
I think they were on a 22-game win streak. So that's super cool.
That's a good.
Yeah.
I think they'll be good.
I love
Duke will be
college
good.
Basketball.
Duke will be. I think they'll make a run. Number 7.
In Coach K's last season.
I think they got to do it for him. I think
they'll be.
And I know I
don't know if they'll get that far though.
I know I know it's Coach K's last season and all, but he's handing the torch off to his longtime assistant who's been with him for quite some time.
And his grandson who's on the team, which is kind of thinking about playing this. You're coaching the same team as your grandson, not your son. Your grandson.
Yeah. And that's in college, so he's 20.
Yeah.
And I know his assistant coach is the top one. He has the best class in the 23 and 24 class right now. Really? So he's not like they're gonna just like fall off, kind of like UNC has after.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like the coaches left there.
Yeah, UNC's had a tough couple last years.
Oh yeah, after what was the coach's name that left?
Roy Williams.
Roy, yeah. After he left,
Roy.
I mean they've kind of just.
He was a great guy though.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, you always have teams like that, like Syracuse. Syracuse, like they haven't lost their coach, but like he's kind of fallen off momentum. I guess like they're good. They made a run last year in the tournament.
Yeah.
West Virginia is really not like they used to be. They used to be nuts. Well, what's their coach's name?
I don't
Full
know.
court presses the whole game. What's his name?
For who?
West Virginia. I can't think of his name.
No,
Yeah.
It's a weird name, but like he presses the whole game, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's a huge factor." And like they won 2 rounds and they got booted. Like, I don't know. I'm excited for the tournament this year.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's
it'll
gonna
be
great.
fun.
It will be fun. I want to, I want to see a couple dark horses come through too.
Oh,
Yeah, the upsets are always the best. The 16 seeds that win.
Or the 14s that beat the 3s.
Those are always the best.
I love those.
Yeah.
I'm just excited.
UNO.
Frankie Fiddler hitting the game winner.
I mean,
WS alum.
He was. They were down by.
Dude, they have so many Omaha guys.
Yeah.
And Crane Prep dudes even.
Yeah.
Kyle Lucia.
Kyle Lucia, Cole, Jungers is going there.
Jungers is going. But Frankie, they were down by 8 with 45 seconds left to go.
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know.
I was watching. I didn't either, but I saw the highlights on ESPN, and he scored 9 points to win the game in the last 30 seconds.
Seriously.
But he's
on his
like
own.
that.
Yeah.
On his own. I think that's just crazy.
UNO's like weird because like they have good sports like
baseball's
hockey.
not bad.
Their baseball team's always solid. Like they have a
They
really
just
good
came off
hockey
a swept.
team.
They swept this weekend. So
Yeah, I mean I got to like it's kind of off topic. I mean we'll go back to college baseball, but I was like driving by Tal Anderson, the field, the new field,
that field's
and
nice.
Mississippi State was practicing. It was like one of those really hot days, and like all of them are sitting under the scoreboard, like outside of the park. And like I went up to him, I was like, "Yo, can I get a baseball?" He was like, "No, I can't come out." I was like I was so mad. I was like, "Dude, come on!" Like,
yeah, I mean it's just a ball.
I mean, yeah. But it's like one of those things that you really don't get because it's like, it could have been like an SEC one.
Yeah.
Which like in Omaha you wouldn't really like.
No.
You wouldn't really find.
Yeah. True.
But
that's really off topic. I just
realized
that.
But
that's a good story.
Frankie, I mean, he kind of ended our season last year as well. He always played good against us.
Dude, that Bellevue, that
That's
semifinal game,
one of the best high school basketball games to
ever
happen.
Dude,
what was it, 4
triple overtime,
triple
overtime, and
almost
and the way they won, like I get it, like you're winning that game,
but it was
and like
depressing.
But that's not how you want to see either of those teams win. Like if we would have won that way, I mean I don't really know.
We would have
crazy.
smoked in the championship game.
I mean, both teams. I mean, Millard North had some they didn't.
We would have been
playing 3 overtimes is tough.
That's why Bellevue
coming back, playing a game the following night. I mean, imagine how sore you are after playing what?
It would be tough.
I think it's how many? 8-minute quarters, 32 minutes, times 3 extra.
Yeah, 48 minutes.
48 minutes a game.
Yeah.
That's up and down, just like continuing. And we didn't sub much. Like we didn't sub much at all last year. I think we played the same 6 or 7 guys.
Yeah, like Casey
game.
would come off the
How long
bench a
did
couple
overtime
times. 4 minutes.
Yeah.
12, 32, 44.
44, yeah, so 44 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's still tough. I mean, we played.
Sorry, I was like, dude.
Yeah, we still played the same 6 or 7 guys. It's not like we were subbing in new 5 every other minute.
That's kind of our downfall, though.
Yeah,
like,
we didn't have much depth. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I agree. We don't. Yeah, so you're right.
We don't have West Side depth.
Yes,
like who could throw in who could throw in Caleb Benning
and still trust that
they can get score.
Yeah.
And I know like
persistently.
They switch. They start 5 and then like 3 or 4 minutes later they bring in 4 or 5 more and
kids and they're like clamping us.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're all sophomores, which is the
worst.
worst.
Yeah,
part.
there's not a big drop off
I'm
between
like,
their starters and their secondary.
I was like, dang.
They're going to be a
that
team.
Game was so depressing.
Yeah,
the West Side Prep game was so bad.
They're going to be good, but
dude, that was so fun though. The atmosphere in that gym was so fun.
It always is. I mean,
it just
If we get that matchup in state, that'll be an atmosphere. I know we did last. Did we get it last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, we got COVID, and I mean
we got smoked.
We smoked them.
We didn't.
Did we? No,
because COVID year they didn't allow fans.
Yeah, and
then they canceled the game like halfway through after we lost.
Yeah,
this year they had like PJ. What's his name?
Our team?
Or no, PJ Nagambi.
Yes, they PJ Nagambi.
Carl Brown.
Yeah, they were nuts.
Jaden.
They were good.
Jaden. Booth, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
and
were
then we
good.
got,
And then last year
smoked
I think we
them.
beat them by 20, 30
Yeah, we
each
beat them
game.
by a lot.
So, and that's tough. We didn't get really the student section last season either until state, so that was tough to see. But I think we skipped over a few spring sports.
We did.
Soccer.
Yeah, we're running.
We are running low on
might be
time,
running low
though.
on
That
time.
might be
next week after
That's
tryouts.
next week
We'll
after
say that.
tryouts
Bring
thing
in
when we
Tom
get the.
Hoover, the Steve
Oh,
Martin.
yeah.
We can get
some
Hoover in
of
there.
those
We can
guys.
talk
can
to
bring some
Moon.
guys in
Yeah.
here. But I mean, that's
really all we had.
That's
this
really
week,
all we
I think.
got. I mean,
Yeah.
thanks for tuning into the Cage Cast.
Thank you, Coho, for
Yeah,
joining
thanks
us.
for
No
joining
problem.
us.
It was
Appreciate
so, I had a great time.
Good.
You never a bad time. So thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
Yeah,
Have a
thanks,
good
everyone.
one.